Hi everybody, this is Boogaz Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing a review on McFarlane Toys Mortal Kombat 11 Nightwolf figure. So before we take a look at Nightwolf, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, he comes with your standard Mortal Kombat base. Up next, he comes with 3 arrows and his bow, and these look really nice. These are cast in translucent green, and have a bunch of sculpt detail to them, especially his bow. His bow is sculpted very, very nicely. The translucent green is supposed to represent his magic-imbued weapons, and I think this looks really, really nice. I do wish he would have had a proper arrow-holding hand. You can pose him with the arrows, but it's a little tricky to get the arrows looking too good because he can't hold them properly. But other than that, I think these look really awesome. And finally, he comes with 2 tomahawks, and these are cast in the same translucent green color. And again, the sculpt detail to these looks great. The wrapping to the handle there is textured very nicely. Even the blade of the tomahawk itself has some sculpt detail to it. You can actually store the tomahawks here on his hips. These are really soft and rubbery, but they do a pretty good job of holding these. You just have to fasten them in like that. And I think that looks really cool. Though when you put his arm down, that will get in the way. But I do think it's awesome that he can actually have some storage there for them. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the head sculpt. So taking a look at this head sculpt, I think McFarlane Toys did an awesome job on this. This head sculpt looks incredible. McFarlane Toys used printing tech to paint this on his face. I think it's body paint. I don't think it's tattoos. I want to say it's body paint. But they used the printing tech, and I like the way that looks. His headpiece looks very nice. The feathers are sculpted very nicely. The teeth here on the front look very nice. He has some really good texturing to his vest here. It looks really good. On the back, he has more storage right here, and this is more of that flimsy, rubbery type material. But I want to say this is for his war club. So there's probably going to be a second version with some different colors that'll come with his war club. Because this isn't meant, as far as I remember from the game, this isn't meant for his bow. Because if you look, it just doesn't even fit in there. So I'm pretty sure that's meant for his war club. On the back, you can really see the texturing to this vest, and it looks really, really good. Even his pants have some nice texturing to them. This figure is sculpted and painted very nicely. The only part where it lacks some paint is right here on the elbow joint. You can see it's just cast in skin color, and it's kind of weird that McFarlane didn't choose to paint over top of this, because with the new Batman vs. Hush figure, they can actually paint over top of the joints there, so it's kind of weird they didn't do that. He also has some really nice texturing and sculpt detail to his boots. Yeah, that looks really nice. This whole figure is sculpted really, really nicely. There's not a whole lot of color variation to him, but what color there is there, I think looks really nice. So now let's go ahead and go over his articulation. So for his head, he can't look back at all. I don't think he could look back anyways, even if it wasn't for the feathers, but he can't look back at all. He can look down just a little bit. He can move his head side to side. He has ball-jointed shoulders. They can move all the way out. He has really nice butterfly joints. He has swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbow that can bend in all the way, ball-jointed wrists that can move up and down and spin all the way around. The gauntlets here don't hinder that. He has a ball-jointed waist and diaphragm that can move back all the way. He can crunch forward very slightly. He can only move side to side up here. That is my main complaint with this figure, is the articulation right here is super hindered. It would have been nice if we would have gotten just a little more articulation from him, because you can really just get him crunching forward that much. He has hips that can just about do a complete split. He can kick forward that far. He can kick back just a little bit. He barely has any thigh swivel. He has double-jointed knees, ball-jointed ankles that can move down all the way, up all the way, spin all the way around, and toe articulation that can move up all the way. So now let's do some size comparisons. So first up, here he is next to Commando Spawn and the Joker. Here he is next to Shao Kahn and Raiden. Here he is next to Liu Kang and Katana. And finally, here he is next to Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So overall, I would highly recommend picking this up, but I do have my issues with him. My main issue is the hindered articulation. I mean, he does have a bunch of sculpted clothing on, so that doesn't help, but I do wish the articulation would have been just a little bit better. I also wish he would have had a proper interchangeable hand for holding the arrows. When you're posing him around, the arrows not being held right really bothers me. But other than that, he is a really awesome figure. He's one of my favorite characters to play as in Mortal Kombat 11, so that's another reason why I love this figure. So that's my review. If you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.